Hello and welcome to another edition of Extra Connections. I'm your host, James Lott Jr. And what I like to do is I like to bring you people, places, things, and ideas and connect you with them. I also bring a lot of soap stars on here who are doing amazing work on shows past and present. And I have somebody who is here who I just enjoy. He's a friend of mine who just, he's a mainstay on the NBC hit soap Days of Our Lives, and he is killing it. And I'm saying it here on this show. This show goes out to hundreds and thousands of other people out there. If he doesn't get an Emmy nomination this year, I will be protesting. I'll be protesting. I'll be protesting. This man is killing it every day. He is. You are. He plays Abe Carver, of course, and he has a storyline that's so heavy right now that we're going to talk about. He also is the vice president of the California Performing Arts Center, artistic director of the Fremont Center Theatre in South Pasadena. I believe you have, Elf Jr., the musical, playing right now there?
We do, absolutely. And thank you so much. Those are very kind words of yours, and hopefully you're prophetic.
Yeah, that's exactly right. James Reynolds, you guys, James Reynolds, who has been nominated for an Emmy before. But I think I just want to tell you, two things. Number one, we were just about this off camera, folks, and many of you guys know my story. Recently, last year, I've had the hardest year of my life, personally. And James has been so great checking in on me, seeing how I'm doing after each kind of mini tragedy has happened. So I want to thank you, James, from the bottom of my heart, just for always checking in.
My pleasure. I always want to make sure you're an unforgettable person and a lovely human being. And I just I know things, as we talked about earlier, get a little tough, but there have been a lot of good moments for you this year too.
Yes, thank you. And I just want people out there to know that there are nice people in this industry. Trust me, we're not all just cutthroat and screaming at each other. There are some great people. There are, and you know some. I know some. We know some of the same ones.
Yeah.
They're very nice, and you're one of them.
It's really sad. I remember I had a conversation with somebody once years ago, and we were talking about we were sharing stories about people in the industry and different people that had kind of odd personality traits.
Yes.
And we thought, isn't this interesting that we're talking about the very few people that are not likable people when the overwhelming majority are just great people.
That's so true. I've been doing the soap stuff for almost 3 years now, and I'm literally maybe just a couple of, I can say that only just a couple of exceptions. Only I can say maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Every single person. I'm talking from top star of one of the soaps to day player, super nice.
Yes.
Absolutely. Or hardworking. Super nice is hardworking.
Yeah.
Just says hi when they see you. What can I do? And like you and the others, I've now just picked some other names like Cassie DePiva, who's a friend of mine, Michelle Stafford, Sean Kane. I mean, it's been people who I just continually check on me. I talk to them. I do message you. Can you come on for one of my shows? They say yes. There's folks, Wally Kurth. There's people who are just super.
Oh, right, absolutely.
I mean,
Cassie
nice.
Just a sweetheart, isn't Cassie just?
Cassie is like, oh my god! And she was on the show with Michelle Stafford, one of her shows they did, and Michelle sent me a text and she goes, we're both talking about how much we just love you. I mean, they sent me a text to tell me that. I'm like, really? Like about me? Because Cassie to me, I mean, she's a daytime legend. So is Michelle Stafford, but the Cassie is somebody who I recently on Twitter was talking to me, but just off camera to her and James, they're just great people who just are self-aware. They know who they are. She's a survivor herself through cancer and everything, and I just love her so much. I just do. I mean, there's people like that. Her, Jen Lilly. These are folks who support me in my career, and I support their career, but they support my career too. Yeah. And it's just like you said, in this business, people always say, I want to hear the catty fights, and I'm like, no, there's actually a lot of nice people.
There are a lot of nice people, and actually even sometimes the people that get into the catty fights are nice people most of the time.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you something. So I wasn't able to go to Day of Days this year, and you saw my buddies, Tony Moore and Mark J. Freeman from AfterBuzz. They were all there, and you got to invite. They did something for me that I see. The big thing is I've never met Kristen Alfonso. She's my favorite character of all time, and we've had like 5 near misses. And we've never met, and we've talked online. Everybody knows the fans are going crazy. Like once that reunion happens, it'll be magical. So the boys at AfterBuzz, I'm gonna give a shout out to Tony Moore and Mark J. Freeman. They got her to say hi to me and talk to me during the interview with them.
That's wonderful.
And I did shed. I shed some tears. I did. I shed a few tears. I'm not afraid to say it. I shed a few tears, a few man tears. I did, but it was very sweet for Chris Alfonso. I love you. It was very sweet, and we were like, one day we're gonna finally meet. It's gonna be magical. We're gonna finally meet one day. But she's one of the few ones on your show I have not met yet.
Well, she's wonderful, and you'll enjoy meeting her. She's a tremendous person. We've been colleagues and castmates and friends now for more years than you can imagine. I think we talked about this not too long ago ourselves. I think it's 34 years.
Wow.
Since Kristen started on the show.
Yeah.
And that long, and we have enjoyed working with each other since, and enjoyed becoming friends over those years. So, that's one of the wonderful, extraordinary things about what we do, and then I'm sure what you do, is that you get to know people over long periods of time. You depend on them because you're working together, and you have to feel. I feel very grateful for that.
Me too. And like somebody like I've known Patricia Darbo for like 20 years at this point. And I love her so much.
Yeah.
Talk about another nice person who gets it. She gets it. She just gets it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I mean, and she's doing great work at Bold and Beautiful and stuff. She's
a little bit like you, and she's like you, and actually my wife Lisa and others who have this extraordinary energy. All of you folks share that ability to just have this this energy, and which is wonderful. It's wonderful. I wish I had just a modicum of that. I love that.
Well, so the two things I want to talk about with you, one is the theater. We'll talk about that in a second. 20 years in the game. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, with the Days of Life stuff, speaking of nice people in real life, we're seeing a whole other side of Abe, which I love. We're seeing a whole other side of him.
Yes.
But there's a scene you did that I got scared for a second. I felt bad for Lauren Koslow, because Lauren is like one of the nicest, like the most gracious people on earth. Super nice.
Yes.
And you were so mean. Your character was so mean to her recently in a scene. I was like, oh my God. And you have those expressive eyes, like you were cutting your eyes at her. I was like, that's like my father, my uncles. I've had that look at me as a kid. I've had that look. You do it so well. So yes.
Well, thank you. Well, I absolutely adore her, and look forward every time to doing a scene with her. I think we share that. I just anticipate with great glee, actually, working with her, and it's a very. I've always thought that's a very complicated relationship with Kate and Abe. They're both so on the opposite sides of the spectrum of bad and good. I won't say good and evil. I'll just say bad and good. And so they're on these opposite sides of that spectrum. But there's a respect there, I think, between both of them that is always present.
Mm-hmm.
There's always an interesting kind of respect and kind of a like. I think they both kind of see something in the other person that they like, and so I look forward to those scenes. I hope anyway. What comes out in between is something a little bit different than just the good versus evil factor. But in that particular scene, in those scenes, there's more than one.
Yeah.
It's so drowning in grief.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yes.
That there is no middle ground for him.
There isn't. No, there sure isn't. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just having a very difficult time holding it back, not holding it together, just holding it back.
Mm-hmm.
Kate embodies everything that he is fearful of for his son.
Yes.
She is the, for want of a better term, the Black Widow spinning her web and pulling her son into this. And she's not the only one spinning. Tony's spinning and others, but he's so fearful for his son, and she represents all of that has launched this great hurt and pain in him.
Now let's switch the side of that. You have your scenes, your initial scenes with Jennifer,
Hmm.
and you and I mean, and I'll go back real quick. So I'll go back to the Kate thing. Yes, now that you say that, Lauren did play it like she was really hurt that you were mad at her. There, she
Yeah.
did. Her eyes were like, "Well, no, we're okay." Like I'm like, I saw that in her. Okay, now switch it to Jennifer Horton. See you and Mr. Reeves' beautiful scene when you said if he doesn't, and the way you said it, it was like this is an Abe I've never seen before. I mean, again, never seen before. And you were like, if he
Yeah.
doesn't come out of this, the Hortons and the Carvers are like basically done.
Yeah.
And there was no like maybe or but. Your voice dropped a few octaves, and you were
Yeah.
just like, that's that. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, good. With good writing, good acting, and everything. But like for you, how's it to play that? Because also you guys are friends. You guys were all friends on the
Yes,
show.
yes. Well, Jennifer is yes, and it's interesting all these relationships and that we have acquired over the years and the nuances of the relationships. And once again, on that personal level, Missy is is just a wonderful, wonderful human being that
Mhm.
I think it's an honor to know her and Scott. And I've known Missy since she was 16. She
Oh my
babysat my son.
God,
She
that's right. Oh
babysat
my
my
God.
son. Missy babysat my son. And
Oh my
next
God.
week, her son gets married.
Oh my God.
That's how.
Wow, that is amazing.
That's how That's how long we've known each other. How intertwined everybody's lives
Oh my
are
God.
over the years.
Yes.
But you spoke about three people, in Kristen and Lauren and Missy, who I've known. But Abe and Jennifer, it is yes. This moment becomes very complicated. Their relationship has been extremely close over the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There when Abe was initially running for mayor, they were a
Yes.
partnership. They kind of engaged in both highs and lows
Yes.
together. They were and are buddies and extremely close. And when JJ went into his adolescence and was having tremendous problems, Abe's the one who's
That's
stepped
right.
in. Jack was gone.
That's right. That's right.
Abe's the one who stepped in and began to be a father to both Abigail and JJ, but JJ especially, who needed
Mm-hmm.
some male influence around, and Abe stepped into that void and did his best to help in all of those situations. So these are people with a very, very close history,
Mm-hmm.
and so that moment I think is maybe as anguish filled as Abe is through this journey of Theo being shot and
Mm-hmm.
injured so badly that he may never again be conscious. There's so much anguish in dealing with that, in dealing in JJ's case with a boy that Abe really looks at as his son,
Right.
and with Jennifer, who he a person that he has shared so much with throughout life and is so close to, and he cannot now. He just really can't bear to indulge in this relationship. He feels like it's a betrayal to his son and a betrayal to that moment. And it's not that he's hurt that Jennifer's there pleading for her son. It's just that there's no longer any reason he can see to maintain a relationship.
It's also, I will say, you got Performer of the Week in some other digest recently, and I completely agree with everything he said. But that scene, and this was like November Speech was good because they filmed these scenes like 6 months before, in the past.
Oh yeah.
So this is like a while back. So you're seeing everything, and you did a long time ago. You did these scenes. But I want to say the scene. And thanks for your recollections too. I'm glad. The scene where you're standing over Theo. I don't know how Kyler Pettis was able to keep it together because I cried like a baby when you were like, "Don't leave me," and you were talking to him. I lost it. I remember Tony called me. He's like, I saw it. I saw the scene. I get it. It's like it was again. It's just we're seeing Abe who lost Lexi, and those scenes were, you did beautiful work for that too back then.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and we're seeing you. We saw you being the stern person here, being there for. We'll talk about Sal's stories in a second. Her how great she's doing right now.
Yes,
But you're
she's doing well.
you're dealing with her, and you're being a father still to her. You have the wonderful Nessa Williams. So you're doing all these different character things, but you guys were alone. It was suddenly, I felt like it was the two of you, like always, Abe and
Yes.
Theo. No matter what goes on, there's always two of you guys,
Right.
and you were saying from your hearts, I can't lose you. I just can't. And as a parent myself, I've lost it. How hard was that scene? And just, I mean, how was it for you doing that?
Well, it was very hard. There are a lot of scenes during this period in this story that were, you know, I felt I owed it to the story, and I also have to say I think Ron designed a beautiful story that is emotional. It's sentimental. It's real. It's controversial.
Yes.
And all of those things, and I think he played it very, very well. And in fact, I'll talk about the whole aspect of that story in a minute or two.
Yes, we got some stuff. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. Yes.
Yeah, but you know, when you're delving into emotional stories, there are different kinds of emotional stories. You know, sometimes sometimes the emotion stems from something that you're not familiar with,
okay,
or you know you're not comfortable with, or you don't believe in.
Okay,
and then there are other emotions that hit you deeply and touch you in ways that you can explore and utilize to bring to the scene. And being a parent, clearly,
I was going to ask you now. I'm like, how? I mean, you have a son.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly. And so touching those emotions, and particularly looking at somebody like Tyler, who is so wonderful himself, and somebody I think is tremendous. I'm very, very happy that Tyler's been playing Theo for the last couple of years, and I think he's just has become a tremendous actor.
Oh my God, he's a great actor.
I often said he had the hardest job on the show, playing that line with Theo, being on the spectrum, and playing it and playing it so well.
Yes.
And you know, letting us know, reminding us, but at the same time moving forward with the story. I think he always was wonderful in his portrayal, and he's wonderful in a coma. So,
yes.
so that's great. That's great. But you know, those emotions come out. You got to allow them. You got to open the door.
Okay.
And but it's very satisfying, and it's interesting to say this, but it's absolutely true, and I think any actor will tell you that it's very satisfying when that happens, and it's draining.
Sure.
It's emotionally draining. It's physically draining, but it is wonderfully satisfying.
Honestly, I mean, you're an actor and all this. I get that. You know, there's things, but I always wonder if sometimes, I mean, you're human. If a storyline really, especially like you said, you have a son. Also, you're a parent. Does it affect you when you leave alone? You have to have a drink afterwards, or something. You know, like I get a drink. You know, you go yes.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and that's part of the emotional drain.
Yeah.
You know? You could get up and, you know, I could pretty much lose my temper at somebody all day long in a scene.
Right.
And, you know, turn around and make a joke later.
Right.
But,
right. Yeah. Right.
But, you know, when you have that, when you have something that really is kind of hitting home in that way, it holds on to you.
I'm sure. No, I'm sure. I'm just thinking now. I'm going back to an old relationship because she just left the show recently, and she's a friend of mine also, who's another great person, Ariane Zucker, who's a great person. I loved Abe and Nicole's relationship.
Yes.
There's another one that's like, it's like, okay, there was the mist of Brandon still in there somewhere, but you guys had that connection. And again, she, like you said earlier, but with Kate, Nicole's kind of a bad girl, but you know, she's not all evil, and Abe still looked out for her. And I love that you guys had scenes before she left and stuff. I love that.
Yes. Well, well, I don't think Nicole's a bad girl at all. I think Nicole is somebody who's struggling, constantly struggling against her past, and makes a series of unfortunate decisions.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
that you know, she doesn't engage in the same kind of power manipulation that Kate does.
Ah. Okay. You're right.
Hers is
Okay.
usually
Yes.
a personal. Hers is usually all personal.
That's true. That's very true.
And so that's how I see it. And yes, and Ari and I, and we are very good friends. You know, she's worked with, directed Ari, you know, at our theater.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
yeah, I feel very, very close to Ari, and miss her actually a great deal. But we had talked a great deal about the relationship between Abe and Nicole, and you know, Abe's the father of her brother, and
Yep.
we've often thought that there is more than a little chance that Abe might be Nicole's father.
We still hope that. I used to hope that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And there are people in the audience that I've gotten a number of letters about from people who think that and wonder that, and I it's one of those things I do wish had been played over the years, and we both wish that we talked about that a great deal. That we would have liked to have seen that relationship explored a deal more. And fortunately, just before she left, and we both lobbied this for a while, but just before she left, there were those 3 or 4 scenes.
Yes, there was. Yes.
That spoke to that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both very, very happy that we had that and had that opportunity to lay that out in a more full and complete way than had been addressed, you know, in the previous few years. But no, you know, who knows what the future will bring? But if Nicole does come back, my hope is that we find out more about the Abe Nicole connection.
Yeah. Now, okay. Side note to you how great was having Allison Sweeney back? She's got a breath of fresh. I forgot how much I missed her on days. I saw her again. Like, you know,
well, there's an energy that she brings, and you know, it's always one. I think the audience loves seeing her and loves her coming back. And I know her heart is with Taste of Our Lives.
Yes,
so,
yes.
you know, I don't think it's overly difficult to get her to say, okay, well, I'll show up next week and do something. But there's an energy and you know, Allison's another one. I've known Allison all of her adult life.
That's right.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's you know, it is very much. It is so natural. I mean, she walks in, you give her a hug, and it's like, were you gone a couple of days ago?
Okay, so your on-screen daughter. I mean, I've met Sal. She's a wonderful, beautiful person, inside and out. But I'm telling you, again, her scenes. Oh my, she's matching you note for note.
Yes, she is.
Can you talk about that?
Yes, I can easily.
Yes, no, she's so good. She's so good right now. Like, oh my God.
Well, you know, I have to say one of the things with Sal and Kyler, it's Abe's current children.
Yes.
There are others out there.
Yes, there are. Yes.
They have a real commitment to their craft. They really want to do it right, and they really want to do it well. And they're very, very professional in how they go about it. You know, they're not coming in not knowing the lines, not knowing the scenes. They have a real strong professional commitment to what they do, and they marry that with just these lovely personalities. They're both just great young people. You know, I like them both.
Yeah,
that's a real advantage. I've spoken about that several times. We had a conversation. You and I had this conversation about people that you know are not likable in the industry. And so when you work with people that you really like and you really enjoy, even though you might be, you know, screaming and spitting in their face, it makes a difference, because most of the time you're not. Most of the time you're hanging out and having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And they, Sal is. I love her commitment to Lonnie, and I feel like every day she's gaining more and more, and Sal's going to be somebody that we'll hear about for a long, long time, I think.
I agree, and it's funny. Speaking of your other children, I just heard from your other child, Terrell Ransom Jr., who I love to death.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
he's just such a. I mean, I had him on my show and breaking into it. He's such. I'm so rooting for him. He's such a smart young man.
Oh yes.
And again, and his parents are great. Everybody, I love him. But speaking of your other children, I heard from him the other day, so I was like, oh, Terrell.
Yeah. Well, I saw that tweet
Yes.
the other day doing martial arts, and I thought, my God in heaven.
And
Is this...
they do grow up. It's crazy.
God, they grow up.
They grow up. It's crazy talk. It's so. I don't know what happens. Why does this happen? But they do.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Okay, so here's the story. This is the part of the storyline I want to talk to you about because we're both black men. I want to talk about this because the wonderful Lamont Archie said that I met him in person. He's a great guy. And his character, Eli, actually says what I was thinking
Yes.
when he had this conversation, which I thought, again, kudos to Ron. Having him talk to Gabby, who's Latina, about this, I thought very cool setup. A black and Latino talking about this subject.
Yes.
Because when I saw the hoodie and the whole scene with JJ, I mean, I just thought, okay, there's something going on here. Because folks out there, I want you guys to know this, I'm not privy to future storylines. People think we are because I'm in the business. I don't know nothing. I find out what you find out. I mean, I don't really know anything. So when I'm seeing the story, I'm like, oh, this is very interesting. And I was waiting for, because Abe is black, and so is everybody's black. I was curious to see if there was going to be, and I'm seeing seeds of it coming up. So talk about that. I mean, that must be interesting for you.
Well, I think it's interesting, and I think it's wonderful. Actually, I think the show needs to be congratulated for going this direction, for doing this story. I think Ron needs to be congratulated for doing the story in the way that he's doing it. And I tell you exactly what I mean by that. When we talk about police shootings of young black men, it brings us to a lot of different things. But essentially, we're talking about inequality and inequality in the justice system.
Yes.
And as exists in this country, and we all know those. We've all had experiences.
Yes.
Our experiences are one. We've known people that had worse experiences.
Yes.
And there's a truth to that matter. When you're particularly a young black man, you have to be careful in a way nobody else does.
Very true. Very true.
In this country, and judgments are immediately jumped to, and I've certainly experienced that in my lifetime. My son has.
I have too.
A lot of other people. So for the show to understand that and understand that addressing this subject is. I think the show back when Theo was born, he was first diagnosed with autism.
Oh, yes.
Was a great thing for the show to address. But the nation and the people watching us, live their lives in a world that we have to acknowledge goes on out there. And I think what Ron did is he used the community of Salem to show that injustice and inequality affects us all. And by using the people of Salem, using a lot of characters that the audience out there care about, he made what people read about and what they hear about and what their opinions have been colored by many other opinions.
Yes.
Many are one-sided.
Yes.
He used that affection for these people in Salem to clarify what equality and injustice can mean to everybody. And I think that is so important, and I think he's done that so well. And we're talking about the Abe and Jennifer scene.
Yes.
And how that shooting has affected the Hortons and the family. You're going to see other Hortons come into the story.
Okay.
the demirs, both from Chad's completely innocent point to Kate's fairly culpable point.
Yeah, yeah.
How that's brought in. I don't know what's aired and what hasn't.
Yeah.
Yet, so I don't want to give away.
Yeah, I won't give anything away. Yeah.
You'll see other people come into this story at some point and see how this story affects the community at large. This is not an isolated story that some people will slough off. Well, you black folks are always talking about this. No, this is an American story.
Mm-hmm.
This is a story that affects us all, and we all have to look at it, and we all have to address it, and we all have to check ourselves and see where we are. What's our feeling? And I think what he did with that scene with Lamont and Gabby was Camila, and was so well done.
I think so too.
And he balanced it so well and so evenly, and gave voice to these different thoughts and opinions, interactions between two people who really care for each other.
Yes.
But only have slightly, their characters really only have slightly disagreements, and so it doesn't exactly mirror the larger disagreements in the nation, but he gave them all a voice in that moment, and I think that was beautifully done.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I thought it was well done, and I thought, everybody's just acting their asses off. Everybody's doing a great job in this storyline, and I love umbrella storylines. First of all, which I was telling folks, because I of course also do General Hospital. I said I know Ron's work, so I was very excited when I heard he was coming to Days of Our Lives, and I'll tell you, Days of Our Lives is must see. It is must see every day, and I mean any storyline right now is just hot. But I'm just so happy for so many reasons that you're in a front burner storyline. I'm just like yes, as Abe is in the front burner storyline because you are one of the fabrics. Your character is one of the fabrics of the Salem town. You're one of the through lines. You've been there, like I said, before this talk on my show, how you being there for the last 30-something years alone just gives us, people of color, to see this. It's so great to see it. It's just great to see it.
I thank you for that. I've been very fortunate that a lot of the audience has embraced Abe over the years and embraced his role over the years, and I love when Abe steps a little over, or even a lot over the line.
I love it. I was
considered out of character, so I like that. But I also embrace. Somebody once called him the moral center.
Yes.
of Salem, and I embrace that too. Yeah. But but morality has a lot of different levels to it.
That's a great line. I just think also as an actor. Again, first of all, as a black person, yes, being called the cinema morality, it's a great thing to see on television. We love that. But as an actor, of course, you want to play all kinds of sides of him, because just for acting reasons, that just excises your brain, and you get to show different parts of what you can do talent wise. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's it. It's one of the things I like about daytime drama, and is that. You can be doing so many things in the course of an episode of the day. You could be playing an entire sitcom type of scene or comedy of one. Even as far as to absurd comedy.
Oh yeah.
To very heavy drama, to action. And action, had those scenes where I'm having a fight and falling 20 feet, and
yes,
clearly the love scenes and all of that. I mean, all of that has been available over the years as an actor, and I love that.
I know, it's great. Now I want to talk a little bit about your theater. So 20 years in the business, right?
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's congratulations.
Yeah, pretty astounding. Pretty astounding. We've been very, very pleased, and it's a very rewarding thing when I have been the artistic director at a number of theaters over my life. This goes back years before I was in television. I ran a couple of equity theaters, and when I came out here, a couple of equity waiver theaters, and going into this one, I nothing obviously that lasted this long, and nothing that had this kind of success. Always a little success in the past, but nothing to match this. And we're so pleased that critically we've been accepted, and the audience has accepted us over the years.
Why? Well, then, I'm curious. In just your estimation, why do you think this has become? While the other ones were little minor successes, why is this one, you think, lasting? Just lasting.
Well, the others were minor successes. We had some really broad, tremendous successes.
Okay.
It's just, this one is lasting.
Okay.
Not
not what you're saying. Yeah. So why the Why do you think the longevity for this one?
The others didn't last because largely I always ended up walking away.
Okay. Well, I'll do it.
This I haven't walked away from, so that's
that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot. I mean, Lisa is the real,
the hardworking
engine that makes this go. I had this other job that sometimes keeps me out of the hair basically for a while. But she's indefatigable and has this extraordinary energy and does so much with the theater. And now she's actually is the key person behind forming the South Pasadena Arts Council.
Oh my goodness!
It's a tremendous organization that's growing, and is really transforming this community. But with the theater, we wanted something that was going to be artistically challenging. We decided we were going to do original material. And by and large, that's what we've done. We've done some published pieces, but by and large, we always do original material. And the reason for that is that we want to encourage writers.
Very nice.
Encourage both writers who are beginning and starting and trying to find a place to do their work, but we also want to encourage writers who are experienced, who've been out there and are looking for a place that will transform their work in a way they would like to see it transformed. And we've been very fortunate on that. We've had Oscar nominees, and we've had people that are working on their third script. So we've been so fortunate with that. So we stayed true to the mission. And of doing original work, doing it as very, very well. We're professional theater. We're in a small town, so everybody always wants to say, "Well, you have a community theater." No, and that's not to disparage community.
No, right.
But I don't want anybody to think that we use professionals at every level. Now, having said that, we now are the home to the Young Stars Theater, and they are now leasing the Fremont Center Theater, and they do plays largely directed toward young people. And their casts are usually actors that are 18 and under. And so that's a lovely thing too. So we're very happy to do that. We're their hosts. They're producing the shows. They lease from us.
Very cool.
We're their hosts, but. And so we're not involved in their productions. They do everything, but we feel that stays with our intentions of creating art, art for everyone.
That's good for the young. That's good. The young kids having a place for them to create.
Right.
I mean, art is just, come on, folks. Art is so important. And I always feel like this because, of course, you and I are a little older, been around a little longer. Going through trying times, some of the best art comes out of that. And I think we should be able to help foster, as I call the village, and see who's out there trying to produce stuff that's coming out of their feelings and emotions and what's going on and what kind of work they're creating. I mean, we've got some really great plays, musicals, all kinds of come out of times where there's turmoil and.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's an interesting thing. I mean, I obviously there's a lot of material that comes out of good times too, and that's.
Oh yeah. Yes.
However, it's interesting that I think you're right. I mean, I think for some reason and perhaps because it's just necessary,
Mm-hmm.
trying times demands introspection,
Mm-hmm.
and introspection gives way to creativity.
Yes.
And that might be the reason for that.
I think I agree. That's my thing. I just know. I know for myself as a creative person. I know sometimes, yeah, good times can bring great stuff too. But
Yeah.
just sometimes times where there's a little stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
It's an outlet, and it just I work with 826 LA, and we do stuff with writing, creative writing, in Eagle Rock and downtown LA, for second to fifth graders.
Wow.
And so we do stuff with them, and basically we have them write their own books. little mini books, the little mini books. We teach them the whole process, and they have their own little book.
That's lovely.
Yes,
That's
and
wonderful.
many of them they have stories to tell, and we encourage them. It can be writing it, it can be drawing it, like whatever it is, but it's gonna be in a book form. You're creating this for you. This is your thing. You're creating, and if they want to publish it, we'll teach them how to self-publish. It's something if you want to publish it. So they have a little. So we want. The thing is, we want to show people, and I always try to do this in all my shows, to show people you can do it too. It's
Yes.
not just me. It's not just James Reynolds. We all came from somewhere. It's like anybody, the next greats, anybody is out there. So it could be you. You can do it too.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. And you bring up something I probably shouldn't do on the air. I don't know. Do you call podcasts on the air? Or is it,
Yeah, we're on the air. The microphones are involved. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
we do. Even though Young Stars Theater is now producing their shows, we do a periodic production called Words,
Ooh.
and that we actually have on podcasts. And people can get the information if they go to FremontCenterTheatre.com, and you can get a lot of information about our theater and things
Yes.
that we are doing, and we will be doing. We will be producing shows actually. But Words, we do. We were doing it every month. We now do it periodically, but it's a storytelling evening. Always on a Sunday evening. As I said, we were doing it every month. I'm not sure when the next one will be. I think it might be in January or February, but we'll set it pretty soon.
Okay.
But the thing I was going to do is I want to invite you, because I think you would be a wonderful storyteller. I'm not the producer of it, and I'd have to put you in touch with the person that does, but I think you'd be a great storyteller.
I would love to. Totally, I would love to. Get me in touch with the right people, and we'll work it out.
Absolutely.
I would love to. What a great thing. What a great thing. I mean, it's just we all have
really fascinating people. I've got to tell you, it's like an 8-minute story, and there's a process to it and all of that, but it's fascinating.
I'm totally interested. So totally interested. So but just keep in touch and let me know how you want to do this or whatever, and I'm all in.
I will, but the audience should know that everybody's got a story.
They do.
Some can tell it a little bit better than others, and some need to tell it verbally. Others can write it down.
Yes.
As you found with the kids you work with, there's a story. There's a story somewhere.
And I'm glad you said the way you said it. There's different ways to get it out. Not everybody has that speaking voice that just kind of. But some people are really good writers. Some people are really good. They do it in comic book form or drawing form or they call it graphic novel form. But there are others who do it through drumming or through guitar. Like there's all these different ways to get it out. And so
Absolutely.
It's fine if you find, maybe we can all help you find that way to get there. Get to that point that's your outlet.
Yes, absolutely, and it's a good thing. And you can my early life was as a writer.
Yes.
And I grew up wanting to be a writer, and early in life I was a writer, and until I learned I didn't have the discipline to get to a deadline.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
But I unfortunately don't sit down and write as much as I honestly like to.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're surprised by where you're led.
Mm-hmm.
You're just shocked by where you're led. You sit down to write a story, and as uncertain as somebody once said, there's nothing more intimidating than a blank piece of paper. And but you can sit down to write a story, and then suddenly you find your hand is moving that story along and to places you didn't realize it would go.
I always say divine intervention for me. So I got several books out that I published, but like that's completely it's divine intervention. When the hands just move across the page and it makes sense, I'm like, oh, those sentences make sense. Okay, good. Then I'm like, it's divine intervention because it's like, because you're right. Once it starts to flow, it's like okay, and you got it. And there's some folks who are so talented out there, and I just want them all to have. I want them all to have a chance. To have a chance to showcase it and find it and feel the confidence to just do it. Not for fame and fortune, but just to do it for yourself.
You got to do that. I mean, I'm glad you said that. I every once in a while when I speak to groups of young actors or directors or people who want to get into this business, the entertainment business broadly, TV, radio, theater, and I want to impress on them that if you're sitting here waiting for stardom, then it's better to look for the exit. And, try to find something else to do because you really have to love it. I mean, if you want stardom, there's everybody has to have an ambition.
Yeah,
it's certainly not a sin, but
right.
You gotta love it. The work's too hard.
It sure is. It sure is. Oh my goodness! I'm glad you said that because as I get more and more up the chain, more work happens. There are more phone calls. There are more meetings. There are more everything. It's like it's work.
It is work, and you've got to love what you do. It's got to be one of those things that and there are different ways. And along the way, you'll find challenges.
Yeah,
we all do. Yeah. Not every day is great, and not every
it sure isn't. Oh, not every day. Oh, no, it isn't.
Challenges along the way, but you gotta love it. You gotta wake up on, even after those bad days, the next morning, go, you know what? Boy, I'm looking forward to today.
Well, I'm about to go on hiatus for a month, which we always do this time period. The studio shuts down, and I'm using my okay, I'm ready to go on. Hey, I'm ready to go on my hiatus. I'm going to go travel, do what I do. But I do, and because I do love this business so much, I'm always looking forward to coming back. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to come back, and I got this person coming. I mean, I love what I do, so I do miss it on some level when I'm gone, which means that's a good thing. That means it's good. That means that when I come back, it's not a burden or a problem. It's just like, yes, now I'm back. I'm rejuvenated. Now let's continue.
I think you're absolutely right. I think that's true. As you know, we have much more hiatus these days than we ever used to, and we're all working Friday, and of course now we're off for the holidays.
Yes.
And all of that's going on, but and everybody was talking about their plans and what they're doing. It was kind of a joyful day, before the Christmas break, and people handing out gifts and all of that. But the truth of the matter is, and I bet I would wager the overwhelming majority of people, when we come back after the first of the year, everybody will be very happy to walk in the show.
Oh yeah.
Get started again.
Yeah, I love it. So you guys out there, Fremont Center Theatre, I will have the link to their page on our Extra Connections Facebook page.
Oh, great.
So make sure, so folks go there and make sure you like it already.
Yeah.
This
and check us because we for one thing, if you have young kids, go to Young Stars Theater without question.
Yes.
But the Fremont Center Theater itself, and as you said, the Southern California Performing Arts Center, which is our overall body.
Yes.
That's in charge of everything. We're a nonprofit, but we will be producing shows in the future as well. In fact, I have one in my head, and I will tell you about when it comes to.
Oh, good. Yes, please let us know.
I think it's going to be kind of fun. I'm hoping I get a couple of the folks from Days too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Exciting. Yeah. Support the arts, you guys. Support the arts. Support local arts. You're here in LA. You're in Pasadena. You're in Altadena. You're in anywhere around there, or just in LA. Period.
In Southern California. We've had people fly in from Texas. And New York, and just come to the Fremont Center Theater. It is there. It's all roads will meet there.
Yes, I like that. I like that. That's very marketing of you. I like that. That's so funny. Our show here is we're on iHeartRadio. We are on Spreaker.com. We are on iTunes. This is James Reynolds. It's J.R. James Reynolds on Twitter. James, thanks again.
Oh, my pleasure. This is so great, James, and we'll do it again. I'll keep my calendar up to date.
Yeah, folks. So he's supposed to be on a couple different times, but it's fine. He's here today, and we're happy.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, it's always a pleasure. You know, you're one of the really wonderful people, and love talking to you. So this is always a great pleasure.
Thank you, James. Same back, right back at you too. Have a great holiday week next weekend, and we'll be in touch.
All right. You take care.
You too. Take care.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was James Reynolds. He is the best. He's the best. And so again, you can follow us on Facebook. It is actually Extra Connections. We have our own page. We should be part of another page. We have our own page. I'm going to post all his information on there so you can actually follow Fremont Center Theatre or him on Twitter so you can know where you can follow him, because I'm sure he's doing much more amazing work coming up. Like I said, Days of Our Lives films 6 months in advance, so there's more stuff coming up. Again, I don't know anything, but I can only imagine the way it's going, and Ron's writing, it's going to be amazing. You can follow me at James Lott Jr., where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold, online, anywhere. If there's a guest you'd like to see on the show, let me know. Tweet me, send me a message, say, I want to see so-and-so. And maybe I know them, maybe I don't, but I will reach out to them for you to bring them on the show, because this show is for you. I'm trying to be the connector between you and your favorite celebrity stars, doctors, lawyers, whoever you want on the show. Let me know. I have all kinds of people on the show, so let me know, and I will get them to you. I'm James Lott Jr. I'll talk to you next time.